Heights has entered the chat. Sophie Dossie makes it look super easy. When I was grabbing the cables, my wrists slipped. Today I'm going to be answering your questions. So I asked you guys over on my TikTok to send me any questions you had about trapeze, hand balancing, and gymnastics. And I got a lot of questions, so I thought I would make a little Q&A video for any questions you guys wanted to know. Heidick171 asks, is hand balancing hard and how long did it take to learn? It's a lot harder than you think it is. You have to have a lot of arms, core, and leg strength to be able to lift yourself up like that. So it definitely takes a while to get all of the strength and coordination to be able to do hand balancing. It depends, because I watched a lot of tutorials on YouTube and I was trying to learn how to even get up on the canes, because if you've never tried hand balancing before, it looks really easy, like Sophie Dossie makes it look super easy. And I was like, hey, I could do this. I mean, it's probably not that hard. Yeah, I was totally wrong. Definitely had to watch a lot of tutorials on YouTube on how to get up on the canes. And I'm not kidding when I say I practiced every day. I practiced every day on my canes for about 5 weeks straight until I had to get surgery, obviously. I couldn't train on them anymore. Now I'm back and I'm actually able to train on my canes tomorrow, and I'm beyond excited. And I'm gonna create so many videos with them, and it's gonna be awesome. It depends. Different tricks take longer, but to be able to get up on my canes, it probably took about 2 weeks roughly, and then to be able to do like handstands off the wall, that took like a month and a half. Just because you need a lot of strength to be able to hold yourself up there, and it's a lot harder than everyone thinks. Sister Katie writes, fear of heights has entered the chat. Okay, this wasn't a question, but I just thought this was so funny. This was on one of my trapeze videos that went viral, and a lot of people were commenting like, oh, it's so scary, how does she do that? So yeah, I guess if you have a fear of heights, trapeze might be a little scary for you. Jada Bear asks me a really tough question. If you had to do one of these, hand balancing, trapeze, or gymnastics, for the rest of your life, which one would you do? That is such a hard question because those are 3 of my favorite things. Oh, you're putting me in a corner here. But okay, I would probably say, I don't know, maybe trapeze, because trapeze is so different and it's very like circus-like. I love how different that is from gymnastics and hand balancing. It's just, you're basically flying in the air. Holly asks, do you have a tip to learn a side aerial on the ground? I can't do my aerials anymore. I don't even know how I did them in the first place. I'd probably say from a side aerial, you're gonna go over like this. So you're gonna have 1 foot on the ground and 1 foot behind you. You're gonna wanna put as much pressure as you can on the foot that's gonna go over. I remember when I was learning this, I would practice doing just a regular cartwheel. If you get that down, you can do a one-handed cartwheel. And then from there, do a one-handed cartwheel. But when you're going over to put your hands down, just pick them up and try to land on your feet. You're gonna fall a lot, but it's a good way to kind of get used to a side aerial. If you can do that perfect, then go ahead and try a no-handed cartwheel. It takes a lot of practice, but I'm sure you can do it. Imogen Signs asks, provided you have your splits, do you have tips on maintaining it? Stretch every day. Just with an old yoga mat, maybe you have like carpet even. I would say start in a lunge position, straighten your leg so that one leg is on the ground and one leg is out in front of you. And then go ahead and slide as far as you can into the splits. If you can't get it at first, it takes a lot of practice, I know, but stretching every day really helps, and you're gonna have that muscle memory down in no time. Briley Page asks, what is your favorite trick to do? My favorite gymnastics trick is a round of back tuck on floor. My favorite trick in trapeze that I've learned so far is a penny roll, but it's really hard to catch. Here's a video of me trying to catch that. Every time I tried so hard and got so far. And my favorite trick in hand balancing, well, I'm still learning, but I love just trying to be in a handstand and then I get both legs over and then try to stay there for as long as I can without falling. So those are probably my favorite tricks. Christmas Amanda asks, is it scary / have you ever hurt yourself doing it? This is a question about trapeze. It'll be scary for a lot of people who are afraid of heights. Personally, I'm not afraid of heights. I love being like 30 feet up in the air and then swinging and then falling on a mat. It doesn't faze me because I just think about how fun it is in the air. And have I ever hurt myself doing it? Actually, there was one time for penny roll, you have to grab the cables. Basically, you're swinging on the bar back and forth and then you have to grab the cables, but the cables are not as soft and they're basically just like chains. So you grab them with your wrists like this and you're trying to get up and push yourself to be able to go backwards. But when I was grabbing the cables, my wrists slipped and they got kind of like red, and I didn't get a rip, but it was definitely kind of painful. Unicorn Kim 1409 asks, Do the straps holding you ever fail and you fall? So the straps holding me, they're called the lines. They're made of pretty strong material and your collar is usually always pulling your lines. So they've never broken and they're pretty sturdy. And they can hold you pretty well. So I would say no. Samara Koch asks, where do you do this? So I fly in Santa Monica Pier up in LA, but there's tons of trapeze places around the world. So if you're curious and want to get into trapeze, I have a video down below where I explain basically everything you want to know about trapeze, how to get started on it. LoveBell17 asks, were you scared the first time you've ever done it? Okay, so I was never scared just because I'm a thrill seeker. I love roller coasters, I love high things, I love thrills. So I wasn't scared, and I'd always wanted to try it. I've seen it in Cirque du Soleil, and I was just really excited about it. So I was definitely scared when I hurt myself. I wasn't sure if I was gonna get like a rip in my hand, and it was just a little painful. And this is gonna be the last question. Jade Reebeman, I think I'm saying that right. Why is that trust fall videos have warning and yet... Okay, so on TikTok, basically, if you have like a dangerous activity, there'll be a little warning that says like, professional, don't try this at home, something like that. So there wasn't a warning on a trapeze video where I fell like 30 feet up, and this person just thought it was funny how there wasn't a warning. Those are all the questions I have. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, comment anything you like. I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
I just wanted you to watch me dissolve.